Keisha
and Irma,
and welcome back to our Best Friends YouTube channel. So, have you ever went to a restaurant and you're wondering what wine to have? Your friends are all there ordering wine and you're like, do I like sweet? Do I like dry? Do I like red?
I don't even know what to order. But guess what? We have someone today, a special guest, that's going to teach us all about it. Our neighborhood wine connoisseur,
CJ!
Ladies, thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for being here. With our little neighborhood connoisseur, we want to know, how did you get into this wine tasting deal? How did you?
So I would say that I first started exploring wines just recently after I graduated college. I was living on my own and I really wanted to be an adult, right?
Adults do have wine.
And so I was like, okay, so what makes me feel grown up? So I started drinking wine. I started after I got off work, having a glass of wine to relieve the stress, because that's what you see everyone do.
Okay.
And so then I was like, oh, I kind of like this. And so by nature, I am just a very inquisitive person. And when I like something and I have the ability to learn from something,
She dives into it.
I get passionate about it. And so that's the beauty of wine, is that it can be so simple, so enjoyable, but so complex. You're always learning.
Okay.
All right, well, I can't wait for you to teach us some stuff.
Right.
So,
And before we get into our wine tasting, we want to show you our beautiful charcuterie board that Irma has done. Yes, it's beautiful.
Yay.
And we may have a little video on how we created this board. Right? Are you for it?
I'm for it.
Okay, leave your comments below. So guys, before we start the actual wine tasting,
You have to know how to taste the wine.
yes.
You want to make sure that you have a proper protocol for tasting the wine, if you will. The first thing that we want to do is, after you pour your glass, or when you're in the restaurant and the server brings you a glass, it's not just for you to taste it and see if you like it. It's to look at the wine, smell the wine,
Ooh.
and run it across your palate.
Well, dang. Okay.
Shoot, this is getting all
Test that palate, girl.
Okay, so you always want to start with your lightest wines first, or your white wines. So here, when we have our glass, we're going to do our smallest pour, okay? So you're going to pour maybe an ounce or two, okay? The first thing that you want to do is get the visual on the wine. What does the wine look like?
We're getting into it, right?
So the thing that you have to remember is, wine is a sensory experience.
All your senses, girl.
Use them all at once, and
I
that's
like
how
that.
you enjoy wine. Okay, it's not just about drinking it to get tipsy, although that is fun.
That's the part I'm waiting to get to that part. Okay.
It's about enjoying it with all of your senses. So the first thing that you want to do after the wine is poured, you're going to tilt your glass slightly, so that way light can come into the wine, and you can take a look at the hue and the intensity of the wine. Look at the color. That's going to tell you a couple things. That's going to tell you some of the sweetness potentially on the wine, right? Because as it ages, it oxidizes, gains darker color. You're going to be able to see some of the browning, right? Some hues, different hues. That will tell you some of the age as well. So again, it's about letting the light come through so you can see what colors are in your wine.
Okay, are we ready to pour yet?
Almost. So then the next thing that you want to do is smell the wine, okay? So, and just like Keisha did, do not be afraid to get your nose into the wine.
Like she said, get the senses in there, waking them up.
Okay? Just directly
weird.
above the glass, okay? And you want to take a couple smells off the wine.
Yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
because what you'll find is that wine smells are in layers. And so the first time you smell it, it may remind you of something. The second time you smell it, you'll get another scent. And then the third time you smell it, you'll potentially pick up another flavor, scent, and potentially what could lead you to your taste.
And I just learned this from CJ the other day. Is like, when you put your hand on top of the glass and you swirl it around and smell it, you actually get a different smell as well. So, a little fun fact there.
Yes, she's correct, because what you're doing at that point is you're trapping the vapors inside of the glass. And that's going to concentrate the aromas, so that way they hit your nose a little bit more pungent.
Nice.
Oh, I like it. Yes.
All right, so last but definitely not least, this is Irma's part that she was just dying to get to, is the taste. How do we actually taste our wine? And so the common misconception is that when you're sitting in front of the waiter, or you're sitting in front of your friends at the dinner table, is that you take a little sip. that's not going to help. You need a medium-sized sip, so not a gulp. Don't fill your cheeks, but a medium-sized sip, so that way you can coat your mouth, coat your tongue, and get a full experience.
I like
for
this.
the wine. All right, so remember, like we said, we're going to start with our white and our lightest first. Okay, so the first one that we're going to start with is a Sauvignon Blanc. It's a mouthful. This one is a 2021. So what is that? What does the year mean?
Yeah, I always wondered that.
That's what we call the vintage. Okay, and so with the vintage, that's the year that the grapes were harvested and bottled. Okay, so this one was done in 2021. So let's start with our first pour.
Okay.
I'm learning a lot, guys.
A
I don't know
lot,
about you
guys.
guys.
So good.
Hey, comment below if you have any questions for our connoisseur. You know, maybe we'll have a chance to get them answered later. Okay, I got a question for you.
Sure.
So what is the best way to store wine?
Now, what's the best way to store them, right? I have a wine fridge at home because, of course.
Why not?
Why not?
She loves the wine.
So generally what you want to do is store them in a cool, dry place. Some people have wine racks. Some people keep them underneath a cabinet. And then just before you serve them, you want to chill them. So temperature is critical to the wine because if you serve it too warm, it could be too alcohol forward and then all you taste is the alcohol. Or it could be too cold and then all the flavors are muted.
See, Irma and I didn't know that. We always put the wine in the fridge, chilling, and
Doing it
said,
wrong.
let's drink, girl.
So as she's talking, I'm like, damn.
So we're doing it wrong all this time.
All
We're
wrong.
doing it all wrong, Irma.
If I didn't finish it, it's going right in the fridge.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
So what about this wine right here? How are we going to taste that?
All right. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're not going to swirl, believe it or not. We're going to try something a little bit different.
Okay.
We're going to do our first smell with no swirl.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
I think the best thing about wine is it's unique to the person tasting it. My experience will be different from yours and it'll be different from yours.
Okay.
So let's take our first smell
Okay.
and tell me what it reminds you of.
Dirty armpits. I'm kidding. It smells like kind of like peaches.
Okay, you got a peach. What did you get?
I smell something peachy as well, but then also like a orange or tangerine almost.
Okay, so she picked up on a citrus note, right? And then she picked up on a stone fruit. All right.
Good to know.
So let's swirl and then take a sniff. I will tell you that I am not a good wrist swirler, so I swirl on the table.
Okay, I was gonna
Because
say
she's
I'd rather
left-handed.
swirl on the
She's
table.
left-handed and she cannot swirl with her left hand. She'll be like,
Okay.
I had other hand.
But Keisha is good at it. So that's the
Nice.
thing about
Okay.
I can't do you're getting there. You're
Okay.
far better than I am.
Okay.
But that's the thing about enjoying wine is do what works for you.
Oh my God, the
This is
aromas are getting
delightful.
there.
Now I'm feeling it on all my senses. Can we taste it now?
Yes, go ahead
Okay.
and taste it, but remember to chew it.
Okay.
Chew it first.
Know what you're drinking. Indeed. But what do we have here?
So we just have a couple items from our charcuterie board that generally will pair well with a white wine. So Sauvignon Blanc is actually
I like how she says that.
technically a medium body wine. Okay, and so when I say body, that is the richness that a wine carries. So the best way that I could explain it is think of whole milk, skim milk, and non-fat milk.
Okay.
So with this one, remember, because we talked about it being very herbaceous and very citrus notes. So the thing with pairing your foods to your wine is all about balance.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
If you have a heavy meal, you don't want to pair it with a light white because it'll get drowned out. If
Okay.
you have a heavy wine, you don't want to pair it with a delicate fish.
Okay.
So the whites tend to be a little bit more delicate,
Yeah.
but not every white wine is a delicate white wine.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So it's about balance.
So from the charcuterie board, we have, am I saying that right?
Charcuterie board, yeah.
We have the kiwi, raspberry, brie cheese, cracker, and prosciutto. I'm feeling nice and warm inside. I actually have a question, CJ.
Yes.
When you feel romantic and you feel sexy, you want to go take a bath, what wine would you drink?
So when I'm feeling my sexiest, I drink Prosecco. Something about the bubbles and just the effervescence makes me feel giddy.
Okay, that's good.
I like giddy, especially with the bubbles.
That's really good. You
And
like that?
Yes. That gives me what I call mouth magic.
Oh, yeah.
You heard it here first.
Oh. I like that. Good pairing. I like that. Sauvignon Blanc.
Fun fact. So I learned something about CJ.
Ooh, what's
she
that?
likes to collect the wine bottle corks after she opens the wine. I went to her house one day and I was like, what are all these corks? So yeah, I thought that was so cool. So what do we have next?
All right. So this one that we're going to do is Gewurztraminer, right? That's
Say that 3 times.
Gewurztraminer,
Gewurztraminer,
Gewurztraminer. I got it.
Gewurztraminer.
Don't forget to click your heels. Have you ever had lychee fruit?
Yes.
Smell it one more time and tell me if that's what you
That's
smell.
what I smell now that you said it.
I can smell the
I smell
lychee.
the lychee.
And so that's one of the main smells that you're going to pick up here is lychee. When the wine is sweeter like this, and this is not considered a dessert wine, but it is a sweeter wine,
Okay.
I like to pair this with spicy.
Okay.
Ooh, sweet and spicy. I like it.
Sweet and spicy have traditionally always just really gone together.
Right.
So what you have in front of you is actually a pad thai. So
Okay.
Thai food and Gewurztraminer go very well.
It's like
I like it.
it settles down the wine a little. The sweetness of the wine. The balance, like you said.
It's a balance.
It's the
Sweet.
balance.
Yes, I love that. Okay, guys, guess what? It's trivia time! Woohoo! Are you ready?
Does CJ know her
How much
stuff?
does she know about wine connoisseurship on her way to being a sommelier?
Sommelier.
Sommelier.
If you guys know the answers to these questions, comment below, okay?
Comment below. That's right, Irma. All right, let's kick it off, guys, with this question. All right. Dun, dun, dun. What type of wine is typically made from Pinot Noir grapes?
That would be a Burgundy, which is one of the 11 regions of winemaking, in France.
Ding, 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 ding. She is correct.
All right. Question number 2. What is the most widely planted grape wine in the world?
So the most popular varietal that's planted is what they call a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Well, damn. Okay. Good job. Good job. All right. So, how much wine is in a standard bottle? Do you guys know that? Let's see if CJ knows.
Anywhere from 2.5 to 3 pounds per bottle.
Wow. Okay. That's deep.
Woo.
She's right again, guys, of course.
Ding, ding, ding.
For those people who don't understand the how do you call it? The rapidness, the speed of these, right? They gotta be careful. So the question is, how fast can a cork fly out of a champagne bottle?
Ooh, good one.
Because I seen a girl on TikTok, she got planted right there. She's like,
In the throat.
I think, okay, because I'm not sure, but I think the fastest time that they have recorded is 50 miles an hour.
damn, she's right. Absolutely. So guys, be careful when you're opening them champagne bottles, okay?
All right. What colors can wine be?
Good question. So I think red, white, rosés, which are pink, are the standard, and then you can get a variety of colors depending on what you make the wine from, if it's not a grape. So they've got orange, sometimes blue. I think that's it. I don't remember.
Dang.
She got it, guys. She's on her way to being a sommelier. Okay. So that wraps it up for our little trivia. All right. All right. Good job, Carla. Woohoo! So, guys, are you enjoying this video so far? Make sure you leave comments down below.
Thumbs
all
up.
right.
Make sure you like it.
Yes. I think she's doing very well. So let's continue to our last bottle that we will be tasting. And yes, I am a little tipsy because, you know, red has that strong taste that it does make you a little woohoo.
The red hits different. Guys.
It does hit a little different, you know what I mean? So go ahead, CJ, take it away.
So what we're going to be tasting is what's called Apothic Crush. And this one is a red blend.
Ooh, those blends.
The red blends are my favorite.
And so it's a red blend from California. So this one is blended with Cabernet Sauvignon, one of the most popular grapes.
Mm-hmm.
It's also blended with a Merlot, a Syrah, and a Zinfandel.
Ooh,
so
yes.
each one of those wines in succession are fuller bodied wines. Okay. So just like they're saying, it hits different. So it's
yada 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 yada.
Body shit, big titty, small waist.
So
inspiration.
That's what happens as you taste. It just gets a lot more fun.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. And looking at it in your glass, it looks kind of like dark
if
purple.
It's darker, does that mean it's going to be stronger?
Girl, I have blends. Yes.
Because
not always. Not always, but this one is a pretty good wine, and it does have a pretty high alcohol by volume percentage.
Okay.
I believe this one's 14.5%.
What?
So why don't we do this? Let's give it a smell. See what we smell.
Okay.
Swirl. Listen, wine tasting is a sexy experience.
It makes me feel sexy.
It makes me feel sexy.
Sexy time.
Sexy time.
Give me body. And what are we going ahead and pairing it with today?
Okay, so from left to right, we're going to be pairing it with a Genoa salami. We're going to try a little bit of the blueberry here. Then we're going to try a manchego. Yes, we did try that with the rosé, but this traditionally pairs with this red.
Ooh, I can't wait.
We're going to try it with the cheddar. And then last but definitely not least, we're going to pair that. This is a little bit experimental, but we're going to try that briny Manzilla olive with this red. Y'all ready?
It's good. That's good.
Just made it a more indulgent, decadent experience.
Yes.
It
Girl.
reminds me of an aphrodisiac.
They're sexy. They're silky. It's the silkiness of the fat with a full-bodied wine that you're picking up.
It's like I just want to go back for another one.
That is amazing. What?
Okay.
What?
I like that.
Guys,
That's
seriously.
really not.
You try this.
Good job, CJ.
I'm saying though. Oh man.
Oh,
So
that's
here's the thing. Remember when I said earlier, wine tasting and pairings is about mouth magic. What you guys just
mouth
experienced
magic.
is mouth magic.
Okay.
I agree.
Trademark mouth magic.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
Remember we told you guys we like to dance, so it busts out sometimes. Whoa, that's magical too with that. That goes very well together. This is what you bring to the bubble bath.
This is what you should bring to the bubble.
This
I
is
agree
what you
with
should
that.
bring to the bubble bath.
Yes. I'm sorry. Wow. Top-notch experience, guys. No joke. I have never had a wine tasting like this.
You never had a wine tasting with CJ.
Hey, that's right.
Yes. Mwah. Magnifique. I hope you guys really enjoyed that wine tasting by CJ.
Yes, we really appreciate you coming on.
We learned a lot, and we're going to actually apply it in real life. So the thing is that we're going to list all the wines that we did taste and the pairings. Hopefully we'll list the pairings as well.
Let us know if you go try it.
Yes, so please like, comment, and subscribe to our video.
We'll be back with more.
Yes, definitely.
Peace
Thank
out,
you so much,
guys.
guys. Peace out. Enjoy. And we toasted!